Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I am working on some of these cute little cards. One is going to do for Easter and one is going to be for like a spring birthday. I got these new stamps here I wanted to try out, and they're really cute and a lot of fun to work with rather. These have all different sayings on here for your special day: Happy Easter, Happy Mother's Day, thank you for Mom, Happy birthday to you, as in like a sheep you. I'm trying to speak English here. But yeah, these are really cute. These are all the little stamps that come in this set. They're really, really cute, and you get so many of them. I'll move my paper down here. But yeah, this is the set. I don't know what they're calling this set. I just got this set and I just wanted to try it out. I got it on Amazon. It's just a stamp and die. I'll link it below, and then you guys can check it out if you want to. I'll have to go look it up on Amazon and link it underneath this video. But this is a stamp and die set, so it comes with these metal dies too to cut them out, which is really cool. So these are what the little dies all look like, and I'll show you how to use these here in a second for anybody who doesn't know. But after you stamp it and color it in, whoops, you can cut these out instead of having to, try to fuzzy cut around them with your scissors. You can just cut them out on your little die cutting machine. And these little ones are perfect for this little Sizzix Sidekick die cutting machine. I love this little guy here. Some of the other ones I'm using I had to use on my Big Shot because they're too big, they won't fit in here. But all of these from this set, you can just use this little die cutting machine, which is great. Now this little guy here is supposed to suction down onto a table, but since I have this mat on here, I'm just using one of these little glass cutting boards they have at Dollar Tree, and I just suction it right down on there, and then that gives it a good hold to it too. So if you don't have something smooth, but that'll, any table, countertop, whatever, you have something smooth, you can just suction cup that right to it. But anyway, let's move on here. Alright, so what I did, I already have a bunch of these cut out because this takes some time and I just wanted to get a head start here. But I'll show you how easy these are to make. Here's some of the little bunnies that I did. That's going to go on my Happy Easter card. And here's the other little bunny from in that set that I just colored them in. I used my watercolor pencils because that's my favorite thing to do. And this is the background they're going to go on to. And then I also cut out a piece of paper using one of my nesting dies too. I think these were from Amazon too. I'm not sure. One I used this round one here. Now these didn't fit in this little die cutting machine. I had to use my Sizzix Big Shot machine for this one. And then the other, or this frame here that I cut out, that's how that looks when you cut that out. They're really pretty. I cut that out with this one. There's a whole bunch of different sizes that come in these sets too. Also, a great tool to have is this Spellbinders Tool-in-One, it's called. But a lot of these things, you can see how the paper gets stuck in these holes after you cut them out, and then all you got to do is take this thing and just run this up and down, and it pushes all those little things right out of there instead of having to sit with a little needle or something and try to poke them all out. It even gets them out of them little bitty tiny holes. So this is a great thing to have. I just recently got this thing out and started using it, and I don't know what I was thinking not using it before, because yeah, everything's out. That was all it took, was just running this little brush up and down it, and they come right out. So that's a great little tool to have too, and I'll link all this stuff below so you guys can check it out if you want to, because I always forget that. I always show you guys this stuff and then everybody's asking me for links and things. So I have everything linked now in my Amazon shop of my favorite stuff, so it's just much easier that way than trying to go back and forth and linking these different things all the time. Anywho, alright, so for these little, let's do this little, let's do the little sheep guy, because I do have another one over here. I got all this stuff cut out with all these little sheep and things we're going to make our birthday cards with. And now actually I'll do the bunnies here because I wanted to show you on this square piece of paper. Now for this piece here that I made for the background for these, I just cut out a piece of paper that will fit inside my little whatever frame. And if you don't have a die cutting machine, you can just cut out a frame out of, you know, just a square frame out of a different color paper if you want to back it that way. But I know there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to get in here in one video. Now for those trees, these trees, I don't know where I got this die. I have a feeling I ordered this on AliExpress years ago. I've had this die forever. And it either came from there or Amazon. I honestly don't remember because I have it all cut apart. And, but you can look on AliExpress or something, see if you can find it. Like I said, I've had these a long time. So anyway, just take your stamp. I like this little tree too. Let's see if I can find it. I'm not sure where I got it from. But I just take these little stamps here, and I'm just going to use some black ink to do the tree. You could use brown, but I don't have any brown ink to use for these. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'll just give it the kind of the gist of how it was done. And it doesn't have to fit perfectly on the, I'll just do one in the center here, perfectly on the paper. You can have it come down off the bottom like that if it doesn't quite fit. And then I have my handy dandy baby wipes here from Dollar Tree that I just wipe these off real quick when I'm done. And there you go. And then I just put that back on my little paper there. And now this one comes, you can do it, you know, you can leave your tree like that if it was like a fall or winter scene. But I wanted some leaves on there, so we're going to take, let me dry that off, take this leaf stamp. I have some of this green ink too. I don't know what brand this is. Some of this stuff I've had forever, and these things still work. These are great. These were also from Amazon. It was a whole set, and they all stacked together. I don't even remember how many's in there. There was a lot of them. It's Le Shine Craft Ink Pad for fabric, wood, and paper. And like I said, I've had these for years, and they're still work just fine. I just never seem to get around to getting all the cards and things done that I want to do. But anyway, I just stamp that on there, and then it kind of lines up with these little branches, if I can get it close here. There we go. And then there you go. There's all your leaves on the tree. So these are really cool. There's so much you can do with these little stamps. What did I do with that lid? Oh, here it is. Close that up before I stick my fingers in it. I make such a mess when I am paper crafting. I just seem to have so much stuff out. Alright, let me just clean that off. This green stains a little bit too on these stamps, but that's alright. Okay, so then we have our little tree. Now all I did for the background was, I did stamp a few other little grass things here that came in a different set. I just mix and match everything here. But for the background, I just took my watercolor pencils and I just kind of made some like grass down here. You don't have to color perfect with these because you're going to go over it with your paintbrush. And then this will be a nice grassy background. Like I said, just get some of it on there. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I like to mix a couple different greens, so I actually put some of these brighter green streaks in here. Kind of look like there's a little rolling hill in the background there. Like that. It doesn't look right yet, but you'll see what I'm saying here. And now for right behind the tree, I did it like it was a nice sunny day. Well, I didn't on that one, but that's what I was going to do, and I don't know what changed my mind. But anyway, if you want to make it a nice like sunny day out, you put a lot of yellows in here. Like so. And then I'm going to add some of this blue up here on the tippy top. And I also have a sun stamp that was on here. It's a really pretty sun stamp. I was using it, it popped off here, hit the floor, and I have not seen it since. I'm sure it went underneath my desk because that's where everything goes when I drop something. Alright, so anyway, you want to take a small brush, kind of wipe it off on a paper towel that I don't have here. Here we go. Because you don't want a lot of water on here when you're working with it. So you just dip this into some water and then just kind of tap it off and then blend in all your colors. And see how that blends in? The watercolor pencils. I love using these. There we go. But that's why I wanted to get some of these done ahead of time because, whoops, I don't want to touch the ink. It takes a little bit for this stuff to dry, so that's why I went ahead and did the other ones so we could just kind of keep going here. Now we'll blend in our yellows. I'm just going to do this one side here just to give you an idea how this works. And you can just use plain watercolors if you have them, if that's what you like to do. But I'm not real good with watercolors, so this, it gives you a lot of control over where you want the color and stuff, so you're not worrying about messing up. See, I haven't let this dry enough. I didn't have this problem with my other one here. Blend that yellow in, but see how they just blend in once you start to use, see the difference here from this side to this side? The watercolors just blend in so nice together. So that's how I made my background. I just put 2 trees on there and some little grass sprigs and just colored them in. Now for these little bunnies here, let's find a little bunny here. Let's take, this guy's real cute. You just peel them off of here, put them on one of your acrylic blocks. I have all different sizes of these little blocks. And I just use my, this is the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And just get him inked up real good. And then just, whoops, of course this is why I like doing these separately and not directly on the card, because a lot of times I mess up. Alright. That time I did better. Alright, so now on this guy, I just colored these guys gray. I made little gray bunnies. I just took some of this gray pencil, just swirled it around here. Went around the ear carefully. Add a little bit of gray paint there. And then I just took some pink and I did the tail. I mean, you could do a little white fluffy tail if you wanted to, but I thought they looked cute with a little pink tail and their little pink ears. And there you go. That's it for those guys. What did I do with, oh, here it is, my little brush. All right. So I'm just going to dip that in some water here and we're just going to swirl around that gray paint. This is really so easy. But you kind of want to let your ink dry. I'm not, because, you know, I just wanted to show you guys here real quick. But make sure that ink is dry real good, because then it won't run quite as much. There we go. Get that around there, and I just want to go in and get this pink spread out. And if you do happen to get any of these watercolors outside the lines, you can just take one of those white erasers like on these pencils here, and you can pretty much rub any boo-boos away. Because believe me, I have my share of the boo-boos. Yeah, see, my black ink's not quite dry yet. But anyway, that's all you do. I'm just going to tear this one so I can show you guys how to cut these out real quick. Alright, so now we got to find our matching die here for this bunny. Is this it? That's it right there. So then you just put your little die on here. I like to add a little tiny piece of tape just so I make sure this isn't going to move on me once I get it where I want it. So we're just going to put a little piece of tape there. And you're going to stick it in between your cutting plates. And we are just going to run this baby right through here. There we go. And there you have it. There is your little cutout bunny. And I'm going to use some of these pop-up tape. This stuff is from down by the where they have the tools and things. I got these. These are the super glue foam mount tape. You get a lot for your money for that. That's from Dollar Tree. And it looks like this. And these are great because you can just rip them apart to use them. So, I didn't cover my ink up. Another mistake I always make. Always cover your ink, because I am forever sticking my fingers in it when I don't want to be. Alright, let me put my little die away here so I don't lose that. Alright, we're going to set it right here now, because I don't know what I just did with that whole bag of them. Alright, so let me get this stuff out of the way. But that's just your basic how you use your die cuts. You just stick them on there, run them through, and you have a nice little bunny here. So now I have an extra little bunny. What did I do with my little bag of die cuts? Oh, no. Yes. I dumped them all out. I'm looking for a bag of die cuts and I dumped them all out. This is the one that cuts out the little sheep with the balloon that I'm going to do here in a second. But I wanted to get this done, most of it, because otherwise this video would be like forever long. But that is the gist on how you do all that stuff. Now the cards I'm going to be using, these are from Paper Studio, I believe Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. Can never remember if that's Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Hobby Lobby, I believe. I got these a while ago. And these are the 4" by 5.5 inch. And these things go on sale a lot, so I always get them when they're on sale. So keep your eye out if you're into making cards, 'cause they're on sale like almost every other week, it seems. Okay, let me get this stuff out of the way. All my little stamps here. So I'm going to use this double-sided tape. Now this you can get at Dollar Tree. I think this roll here I got on Amazon. I don't remember, but the stuff from Dollar Tree works just as well. And I think you get 3 rolls of it in there for $1.25. You really can't beat that. So I'm going to take all my little bunnies here, move them along. Oh, I also stamped out this little Hoppy Easter, and then I just backed it with a piece of pink paper. I just glued that on there with my glue stick. I like the Elmer's Craft Bond extra strength glue sticks. These things are great. So I already put some double-sided tape on these things here so we could get going. I've got my little card here that we're going to use. Let me get this out of the way. And then I'm going to put a yellow piece of cardstock on here that I cut down just a little bit smaller than the card, just so it's kind of framed with the white. Get my little picky tool here. This actually, I think this one came from Dollar Tree. This little picker tool, which is great for double-sided tape. So we're just going to peel that off here. I got a little garbage right behind me here that I can just dump it right into. That's why I get those little cans at Dollar Tree. I like to have one right next to me when I'm doing this kind of stuff. I bolt that tape up. Alright, so now we're just going to tape this one on here. And then we're going to take our pink, and that's going to go on top of our yellow. Our little pink frame we cut out with these nesting dies, or whatever you want to use. You know, there's so many different ones, and they're so pretty. I just have so many. I just never seem to get to them. Alright, so now let's hope I center this right, or at least close enough. Close enough for me. Alright, so there is that centerpiece, and now we're going to take the tape off of this one. I don't know why I put so much on this one. Sometimes I overdo my tape. This stuff holds really good. You really don't need to probably put as much as I do. But alright, so now I need this right in the center of that one. There we go. And now on the backs of these bunnies, I just took some of this, what did I say they're calling it? Foam mounting tape. And these are great because you can just kind of rip these little squares off and then just cut them to size. I probably used just one piece for most of these. And just cut them to size and put some of these little foam things on the back. This big bunny I want in the center. So we're going to get that tape off of there. I wonder if I can do that with this little picky tool. Picky tool. Yes. Once you cut them down, they're a little harder to get off. Alright. So I want this bunny right here in the middle. And if you don't want them to pop up, you can just use the regular double-sided tape on there, but that's how they look. Just a little raised, gives it a little dimension to your card. And I'm going to put 3 of these little bunnies on here from that set. Oops. And these are great. If you want to make like this stuff ahead of time, that's great. You're just sitting watching TV or something. You can stamp these and color them in and just cut them out when you need them. Or even have them all ready with the double-sided tape on them. So when you're ready to make your cards, you just buzz right through it. Alright, I think I'll put this other little guy over here. And I think that's cute. And then all we have to do is add our little happy Easter sign. I might put that like right over here. I don't think I want it centered. I don't know. I'll make up my mind here in a second. I'm just going to hold this up here. Nope, I'm going to put it right here on this side. And there we have it. And there we have this, whoops, this card that I just threw on the ground. But look how cute that is. I love these. You can just make any kind of little scene with these little pop-up things and these little, you know, the stamps. Because you can mix and match if you have a bunch of stamps. You don't have to use the same ones from the same kit, because the flowers and the little grass things I put on there were from other things that I had. Alright, so there is that little guy. We're going to set him right there. And now this one here, I did the same thing. Stamp these out. And that also has the die that cuts it out. This little, I love these little sheep. They are so cute. This one I'm going to do as a birthday card. We have our Happy Easter. And this one I used one of these round nesting dies. I have to move that card. I'm going to keep knocking it over. These come in a whole bunch of different sizes too. I believe I got all these on Amazon. I'll try to find these. Like I said, some of the stuff I just had forever. So I already went ahead and put all my tape on here. I haven't finished doing this with the watercolors yet. But for this one, I just stamped on some of the little like roses, or not roses, tulips from that little set. And I just colored in some different greens and different yellows and a little bit of blue I got to blend in here yet. Thought I was done. I already put my tape on the back. But I did forget to blend this in. And I like using the 2 different greens. It kind of makes it just pop a little more. See how easy that is to blend in. Like I said, you don't have to get the green everywhere when you're coloring it, because you can kind of blend it around with this brush. So even if you didn't get every spot covered, you can still move this stuff around enough to get it in here. Alright, so that's good for that. We have our grass. I don't want it to be completely blended together because, I want to see the little rolling hills there. And now I just want to blend in some of this yellow up here for the sky. It's so quick and easy to do this way. And there's a little bit of blue up here I mixed in. I don't even know if anybody would even notice all that detail when they get their card, but I like them to look pretty. Alright, let me see where's not wet here. I see. That just does not want to blend over there. Let me get a little yellow here. There we go. That's just fine. I think that's good enough. Alright. And our little flowers, I need to do those too. That's easy to get those done. Oops. There. All right, so now we have those all blended in so you don't really see the lines from where we scribbled it on there. All right, so that is ready. Now that's going to go right in the center of this piece here. I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes. Let's sit that over here while we get the rest of it on. So this one I'm going to do with a pink background. I thought that would be pretty. So we're just going to get those little papers off of there. See, this video is getting really long as it is. So I didn't want to waste too much time on all those other stamps because we would have been here forever. There we go. So that will go there, and then this one I'm going to use the purple that I cut out with that little die. Okay, so I want this kind of, I don't want this one in the center this time. This one's going to be over here a little bit, like so. I'm going to make that one off-centered here. And then I want to add one of these little sheep right down here, which I did not get the dots on there yet. I think I could just cut this one in half. All right. I thought it would be fun to have this, just something on the side here, not just dead center like I usually do my cards. Oh, I didn't even get all the paper off. So they're pretty much centered all the time, but let's be different today. Come on, there we go. All right, so I want this little guy down here. And then, all right, let's see, this is pretty much dried off now. I think we can work with it. All right, now this is going to go right in the center of that circle. There we go. And then we're going to put this little sheep in there with the balloon. It's just so nice. It is such a nice sunny day today, finally. All right, there we go. And then we're just going to put her right here, holding her balloon. I did put another piece of that on the balloon too because I didn't want it to get ripped off of there, but I think that's cute. All right, and now all we have, the other stamp that I used was "Have a Blooming Marvelous Birthday," so I thought that would be nice, and then I just put it on a piece of the purple paper that I used to cut out that circle. And then you could stamp a sentiment on the inside. This I'm going to put like kind of touching that. Let's see, let me turn this upside down. There we go. I think that's cute. And there you go. There is this little "Have a Bloomin' Marvelous Birthday." I was going to say Christmas. Birthday. Like I said, use any colors, whatever you want to do. These are just fun. You can mix, you can match, you can do whatever you want to. I'll show you guys this little guy again here. I left it blank on the inside. You could put, you know, a sentiment stamp or whatever you want to put in there. I just like to write stuff in mine most of the time. So that is that little guy, and then here is our little sheep. Same thing. I'm going to leave it blank. I do think, though, for the envelope, I did get all these really pretty washi tapes at Dollar Tree. I haven't seen a lot of washi tapes for a while now, and they finally got some more in. And I just thought this one looked very Eastery, very birthday-y. I want to say it that way. And I'm just going to add some of that to the envelopes. I'm just going to run a piece of this across the, oh, here's my little cutter thing. Let me see if I can find the end of it here quick. Of course, it's taped shut. Come on. There we go. There we go. Try to get it started here. Yeah, oh, I think that's perfect. Just put a piece of that across the bottom of the envelope. And I might actually put a piece of this. Whoops. I just have this sharp little Starbucks bookmark here. But you can use like a credit card or something. Or you can cut these with scissors. I like to just rip them because they rip, as I say, they rip really easy. That one didn't rip right. But there you go. And that could just be the front of your envelope. You could put it down the back, whatever you want to do. I think one is plenty on there. And even on the inside of this card would be pretty. I think I'm just going to put it right across the bottom here. So when you open it up, you have these little, I don't know what they are. They're just blobs of pretty spring colors. Yeah. I know a lot of people always ask me what I use my washi tape for, and I always forget to show that part. So there you go. And then you open it up, and you have your little saying here, and a little bit of color on the inside of your card if you want. And then it comes and it matches the lovely envelope. Alright, so that is it. Thanks for hanging out with me here today while I get some of these cards done. I am way behind on my card making again, but we'll get there. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this little project, and I will see you guys actually tomorrow for a Dollar Tree haul. So have a great day, everyone.